I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm not trying to shame anybody. You can just simply consider me as a Vulcan, just logical and to the point, and there's no emotion, no judgment tied to it. Just the facts, ma'am. So here's the headline. Black incomes are up, but wealth isn't. I want you to let that sink in. A lot of black people think income is wealth when they have nothing to do with each other. Your net worth is wealth. Your income is nothing. Your income is just your income. In fact, when they take a look at your wealth, your income isn't considered at all because they're taking a snapshot of what you have. Yes, it's considered in the part of income versus expenses to actually reach like a credit score, but as far as wealth is concerned, not a consideration. I want you to look at these qualifications, and I want you, if you're a black person, to write them down, and I want you to get your papers out and see, do you have even a red cent in any of these areas? Here we go. Primary residence. Do you own your residence? And if you don't, if you have a mortgage, how much equity do you have in your residence? Business equity. That means how much equity do you own in your business? You see, already a lot of you are going to fall off on that one, right? I've been trying to say own your own business, own your own business. And a lot of people send me little messages here and there and little secret messages. How do I get into it? How do I start it? And I've said everything from selling oranges on the street all the way to owning a bank. Retirement accounts. This is unfortunately a very bad area for black people too. They don't own multiple streams of retirement. Whatever they're going to get in, let's say it's 401k, that's all they're going to get. Or maybe they have an IRA and that's all they're going to get. Whatever it is, they concentrate on one area. They don't diversify. Diversification doesn't just mean you're some highfalutin Wall Street investor and it comes in all forms, right down to your income. And that's the big problem. And then what I keep trying to harp on is you don't just get a job and that's it. You buy income producing property, income producing stocks, income producing bonds, and then wealth preserving commodities like gold, silver. I've already talked about this. Okay, let's move on. Other residential property, that is income producing property, like I just said. Are you renting out something? Are you renting out a room in your house? Do you have property and somebody's pulled their trailer on it and they're living in the trailer and you're renting them the space, or you're renting them the trailer? I mean, you can make this work. All of these things you can do. Other financial assets. That's your stock, bonds, commodities. And finally, other non-financial assets. I'm assuming that would be like art or something like that. Something like that. Maybe a classic car that is a collector's item. Maybe a classic watch that was a rare issue that is a collector's item. Maybe you have a collector's item coin. Although it's financial, the value is in the sentimental value of the coin and not the face value of the coin. Financial would be the face value of the coin. Non-financial would be people are collecting these and they really like it because it's a rare coin. So you wrote all of those down as I go over one more time. Primary resident, business equity, retirement accounts, other residential property, other financial assets, and other non-financial assets. So write those down. Go get your paper, go get all of your documents. And if you don't have 3 different things in each of those topics, except for your primary residence, in each of those topics, I want you to work on that this year. That's what I want you to do this year. So what they're saying is, last hired, first fired, right? That's black people, right? So what they're saying is black people are slowly returning to work. Now, supposedly in 2010 and 11, white people started going back to work and there was some actual unemployment dropping. Now, I know unemployment, the real unemployment was around 30 to 40%, depending on whose secret stats you were looking at as far as real unemployment versus what the ridiculous government would have saying. Oh, we only have 9% unemployment. 9% unemployment? Half the country can't even afford milk. What are you talking about? 9% unemployment. So 2010, 2011, white people started going back to work. And besides Asians, white people are the ones that are the leading stat that you look at. Are white people going to work? Okay, then the economy's returning back to normal. Black people are the lagging stat. It is black unemployment that you look at when you want a real definition of how the economy is doing. Black people are something like 30% off on all financial charts as far as white people go, as far as the wealth gap and all that. Now, they have the U.S. household income, and they had black people at some ridiculous 17,000 a year or something like that. I don't know how you even arrive at that number. I guess that's factoring in the single moms who make nothing. I said this in another thing, and I'm sure it went by everybody's head. If you take out black single mothers out of the black finance, black stats completely, everything else jumps up. It's as if black single moms destroy the entire racial group as far as what's concerned. Now, even black single fathers does almost no damage as far as financial statistics for black people is concerned. Black single fathers make in the order of 4 or 5 times what black single mothers make. And black married couples, and in fact, it's not even they don't even differentiate between married or not married. Black couples, period, across the board, make 2 to 3 times what a black single father makes. So even when we're talking about a semi-permanent household of a black man and a black woman and a child, that situation is better than a black single female or a black single male, and even better than a black single father and even out of the stratosphere as far as black single mother is concerned. No, I'm not saying go get rid of black single mothers, but I want to encourage it. I want this to be so encouraging to black single women that their concentration should be to get married. And for black single men, the concentration should be to get married. When we were all married back in the 40s and 50s, and I said I'm going to do this mini documentary about that, we were richer as far as statistics go than we are today. And today we're talking about 1.7 trillion, but we had a bigger slice of the overall American economy in the 40s and 50s than we have today. How's that for insane? We had a bigger piece of the pie then. Yes, life was tough, but we had a bigger piece of the pie. We were happier. We were stable. Everybody had a mom and dad. Now, these stats are from the Pew Research. So I would recommend, well, that's just my source. So there's no arguing with Pew, right? Isn't that the be all end all of sources? So there you have it. So get your paper, go over those subjects, and I want you to dedicate this year to getting 2 or 3, getting at least 1 in all of the subjects, all of the criteria as far as wealth is concerned. Get at least 1, even if it's something super tiny. Like, let's say you get into a DRIP program, and let me define that for you. That is dividend reinvestment program. Dividend reinvestment program. DRIP program. And what you can do is call around the companies, and instead of buying this stock from a broker, you buy it directly from a company. Sometimes they have it at the broker anyway, but you call the company, see if they have a DRIP program, and you can invest $10 and buy stock. Then every time that company has a dividend on their stock, they don't give it to you. They put it back into your stock account and reinvest it to buy more stock. So you could invest $10 and then end up with like 100 shares of IBM. I'm just using that as an example. End up with 100 shares of IBM, and even better if you put $10 every month into one of those drip programs. So you don't have to go big. You don't need $1,000 or $10,000. You can invest with $10. Now, of course, you want to pick a really good, stable stock that pays dividend every quarter. They're paying dividends, right? And you're looking for a drip program. That's the criteria. You're not trying to do anything else. Drip program. That means you can get in at the ground floor with very little money. All right. There's your free advice. I know people don't even like free advice. They never take it to heart. They never say, oh my God, this guy just gave me something to change my life. But I'm giving you stuff that should change your life if you took it to heart. All right. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show.